Hello friends, in today's lecture I am going to explain the branch and bound procedure for solving integer programming problems. The beauty of branch and bound algorithm is that it can solve mixed integer and all integer linear programming problem both. So and what we do in branch and bound algorithm, we just split our problems of our original problem into sub problems by branching and obtaining the solution of each sub problem by conventional method and keep branching and bounding, keep branching and bounding, and finally we get the solution. So for taking this example, I am going to show you that how we can solve a linear programming problem using branch and bound method. So this is the conventional linear programming problem of two variable x1 and x2. Here you can see that there is no integer restriction on variable, only a non-negativity restriction is there, and we have found the solution of this problem by graphical method obviously, and we found the values as x1 is equal to 2.22 and x2 is equal to 5.56, and corresponding the value of the objective function is 1055.56. But if we put integer restriction on these both variables x1 and x2, then obviously the solution will be different from 1055. So what we do, we just put the integer restriction and use the branch and bound method to solve this problem. So right now, without integer restriction, we have the solution of this problem. And now suppose we have put integer restriction on this problem, then what we do, suppose right now your solution is 2.22 and 5.56, and if we put integer restriction on this problem, then obviously we can lower down these values to obtain the lower value, because without integer restriction, the value of the objective function, which is 1055.6, this is the global optimal value. So in any case, we cannot find the value which is greater than 1055.6. So what we do, we just lower down the solution of x1 and x2, values of x1 and x2, and uh, which we make it integer at 2.22, so it will become 2, and if we make it integer by lowering down, then it will become 5, and the corresponding objective value will become 9.50. So suppose for using branch and bound method, we just created a node. We just created a node for this problem. Now, what we do, in this node, we write the value of the objective function. Now you can see that this is node 1. This solution is without putting integer restriction on the problem, and now we put the integer restriction on the problem one by one by using by converting every one variable at a time into integer. So what we do, we can see that these two are integer values and solution is 950, but there is a scope of improving the solution. So we improve the solution. How we improve? Just see that suppose x1 should be an integer, but it is not here. X2 should also be an integer, but it is not here. So first of all, we will see that the fractional part of which variable is greater. Obviously, the fractional part of x2 is 0.56 and x1 is 0.22. So the fractional part 0.56 is greater than 0.22. So we will put the integer restriction on this variable x2. So we will create two nodes and we will create two sub problems from this problem by putting restriction on x2. So you can see that x2 is equal to 5.56. So the value of x2, if we think that it should be integer, then the value of x2 must be greater than 5, obviously greater than 6, greater than or equal to 6. It may be the next integer is 6 and the prior integer is 5. If you lower down the value of 5.56, then you will get 5, and if you round up the value of 5.56, then you will get 6. So you can put integer restriction on x2 as x2 should be greater than or equal to 6 and x2 should be less than or equal to 5. So by putting these two restrictions on on this problem, we have created two sub problems. This is sub problem 2 and this is sub problem 3. Again, we solve it using graphical method or any conventional method like simplex method, and we obtain the solution of the sub problem 2 and 3 as the solution of the problem 2 is x1 is equal to 2.5 and x2 is equal to 5, and the sub problem 3 solution is x1 is equal to 1.33 and x2 is equal to 6. Further, there are two nodes right now and both do not give us the integer solution. So what we do, we further branch, make two branches from any node. So what we do, yeah, how we select that which node should be branched, or the branches are drawn from which node. So you can see that for problem sub problem 3, 1033, the value of the objective function is 1033, and the value of the objective function for sub problem 2 is 1000. So because we are maximizing our objective function, so we will go with the maximum value. There is a scope of improving the problem. So further we branch node 3 and create two extra nodes. So we have branched this node 3, and now again you have to see that how the integer restriction will work. So sub problem 3 give you the solution as x is equal to 1.1 is equal to 1.33, x2 is equal to 6, and the objective value is 1033. So this is obviously this is integer, so we are not going to touch it. We will this time put a restriction on x1 and x1. So obviously x1 is equal to 1.33, so you can see that this means that x1 can take value less than or equal to 1 or greater than or equal to 2. So you put these two restrictions on which, on sub problem 3. Where is your sub problem 3? Once again you can see that this is your sub problem 3. Here you have put the restriction that x1 is less than or equal to 1 and x1 is greater than or equal to 2. So we have put the restriction at x1 is less than or equal to 1 and x1 is greater than or equal to 2. So we again branch and found two sub problems. Now again these sub problems can be solved by using simplex method, and we solved it and find that sub problem 5 has no solution. This sub problem has no feasible solution, so we leave it, and we can see that sub problem 4 has some solution at x1 is equal to 1 and x2 is equal to 6.17, and objective value is 1025. Here objective value is 1025. Now again we have two nodes left from where we can branch. So now you have to compare that the objective value of the problem The objective value is 1025, which is greater than 1000. So obviously we will take branches from this node, and we have taken branches from this node again. And now what constraint should be added is, for this decision you have to see the solution once again, and the solution is x1 is equal to 1 is obviously an integer, and x2 is equal to 6.17, which is not an integer. So you can say that x2 can take value less than or equal to 6 or greater than or equal to 7. So you put these two restrictions, x2 is less than or equal to 6 and x2 is greater than or equal to 7. So you find two subproblems from subproblem 4. But in subproblem 4, we add this constraint and find the subproblem 6, and in subproblem 4 again we add this constraint and find subproblem 7. This is your subproblem 6 and this is your subproblem 7. Now solve it. Solve subproblem 6 and solve subproblem 7 by using graphical method or simplex method or any other traditional method like earlier, and we get the solution as, here you can see that again subproblem 7 has no feasible solution, so we will leave it, and subproblem 6 has a feasible solution which is also providing us integer values. X1 is equal to 1 and x2 is equal to 6. Now you have two nodes left, node 2 and node 6. Now you have to take branches from either of the two nodes. For this purpose, again you will compare the objective value. So objective value here is 1000 and objective value here is 1000 again. So if you take branch from this, because here there is no scope to take branch because it is already integer. So here is a scope of taking branch, but as you are seeing this, that this is the value of objective function 1000, here also 1000, so it will never increase, it will never go beyond 1000. You can take it, you can check it. If you lower down this, if you put x1 is less than or equal to 2, then obviously the maximum value you will get 950, and if you will put x1 is greater than or equal to 3, then the problem will become infeasible. So the maximum objective value can be attained is 1000, and the integer values corresponding to the optimum objective value are x1 is equal to 1 and x2 is equal to 6. So our solution will be, the process is terminated here, obviously, because no further branching and no further bounding is possible. So the solution is x1 is equal to 1 and x2 is equal to 6. Both are integer, you can see, and z is equal to 1000. So this was the method, this was the procedure of branch and bound method, and which I have shown you. And you can take another example, and if you feel any problem, you can comment in the comment box. I will surely provide you the solution of your problem. So thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe my channel. Thank you.